Hello, my friends at Harrison. Sorry I can't be there today to introduce this to you in person, but I'm most likely riding a dolphin, drinking a pina colada, because I'm in Cancun. Sorry. No, I'm not really sorry at all, actually. Sorry about you. Anyways, I want to talk to you about an idea that I came up with last year when I was taking Teacher Leader Academy. I wanted to find a way that could really connect the students, the teachers, and the community through looking at providing purpose and service for different opportunities that we have. So to kind of get you kind of set up for the why, let's talk about this. Let's take a poll. Raise your hand if you have a child in your family that attends a school in Wiley ISD. That can be your own personal children or a niece or a nephew, cousin's kid, whatever. Raise your hand if that describes you in any way. Next, raise your hand if you have a teammate in the last 5 years that quit the teaching profession. That can be to pursue a different kind of career or to be a stay-at-home mom, whatever. If that describes you in the last 5 years, you've had a teammate leave the profession, raise your hand. All right, last, raise your hand if you had a student suffer from severe behavioral and emotional issues last year. That one's the one that probably hurts the worst for me. Definitely sad to see our kids suffer and have to deal with those kinds of things. So that's a lot of hands in the air. How are we going to address the needs of staff and students? So we have some of the best teachers at Harrison. Obviously, because I sent my son the last 2 years to go there, and he was so well prepared for junior high because of you. I love it, and I'm excited for that. We have shown insane progress in scores that we've been able to achieve. We definitely are a destination campus. People are wanting to come to Harrison because of the things we're doing with our students, and it is such a proud, awesome thing for me to say I'm a Harrison teacher and know that I've been able to be a part of that. Intermediate schools definitely have kind of a bad rep. Like, we're kind of like this weird in-between phase. We're not really elementary, but we're not really junior high. We're just kind of shoved there somewhere in the middle. But really, we play a really important role. We're what allows these kids to transition from fourth graders, these little kids that are just done with elementary, but they're not ready for junior high. So we play an important role in our school district. So we have insane, awesome, incredible, large amounts of leaders, formal and informal, at our campus. And we definitely have ways that we can utilize those to even further the progress we're making. Definitely think we are ready to take this to the next level. So the goal of this program that I'm proposing to you is called Harrison Helps. And the goal of this is to share your passions and for the students to share their passions, to practice selflessness, to increase social and emotional accountability, and to create better citizens. So, how do we address the needs of student, staff, and the community? We get them involved in endeavors that are not academically based. So much of what we do is driven by scores and tests and making sure that it looks good on paper, but what are we doing to prepare people to be people? Peopling's hard. What are we doing to help them get ready for that? We need to allow staff to share their passions outside of their classrooms, in their careers. There's so many things that we all enjoy doing. You are obviously in my craft room, hence the hordes of yarn and fabric and all kinds of other manner of craftiness. Definitely have interests outside of being an educator. Not that I don't love my profession, but there's definitely some things I'm also really excited about. And I would love to be able to share those with kids, and I'm sure you do as well. We definitely have the opportunity to support our community through service organizations. We already do some things on campus that are service organization based, but we definitely could take those to the next level. Well, still not feeling it? I've got a slide here on this next part of the PowerPoint that tells you all of the different research that you are welcome to peruse through that tell you that getting kids and staff involved in things outside of the educational setting during the educational day promotes social emotional health for both staff and kids. And that's an important thing. So, what's your plan? You know that's like one of my most favorite things to say. What's your plan? So here's my plan. We have staff to sponsor service project organizations, and we're going to call that Harrison Helps. Okay? There's about 700 students with about 50 staff members. That puts us at about 15 kids per project. Every other week for 45 minutes, we would spend time working on a service organization project with our group of Harrison Help kids. Everyone participates without exception. So your kids made some poor choices. As long as the principals have said that they are not allowed to participate, they get to come to Harrison Help. And it gives you an opportunity to get to know them outside of the academic setting, and it gives them another person to be accountable to. So here are some ideas that we had. I just kind of polled some teachers last year that were in my same hallway or had my same lunch, and here's what they came up with. Mrs. Blythe, art teacher, she loves Meals on Wheels. She thought she would like to be able to do something to help that organization. Mr. Oxford, huge proponent of the Ronald McDonald House, and his son also has a 5K in his memory. That's an excellent organization to facilitate and help. Mr. Harbison is very passionate about the Christian Care Center and making sure they're cared for not just during the Christmas months and the Thanksgiving months, but all year long. Mrs. Mendenhall would love to reach out and help assist people that are living in the assisted living centers, whether that's through cards or letters of encouragement. You never know. She's got all kinds of ideas. Mrs. Crow loves the Red Cross. Mrs. Sandifer, passionate about FFA. Mrs. Karlofich, she really wants people to be more aware of diabetes. So she was thinking something like that. I love to crochet. I was thinking maybe Crochet for a Cause. There's lots of organizations that you can crochet projects for. Mrs. Rao is passionate about Alzheimer's patients. She thought about doing scrapbooking that's set up for Alzheimer's patients. So the benefits of this is kids are giving them groups that they're accountable to and shows compassion and kindness, but it benefits staff as well by giving them an opportunity to pursue and teach other areas of interest. It creates empathy for everybody. Now, if I just said your name and gave you a service organization, you are not tied to that. That was just what you told me last year towards the end of the school year. You might have been crazy at that point in time. You are not committed. Don't stress. PowerPoint's frozen. There we go. Okay, so some ways that this is beneficial to our campus. Street cred. Hello, Wiley High School. Who posts more than them? I don't know. Lots of posting. And it's great. You can see all the really cool things they're involved in. We're doing lots of cool things too. And I definitely want to see us getting out there more and having more of a presence. I'm sure you saw on Facebook that Wiley ISD was mentioned as one of the top schools for utilizing social media. I definitely think that's an outlet we could pursue. I know we already do some of that, but it's really hard for our admin to be the 3 people responsible for posting information for a building of over 700 kids and 50 staff members. That's a lot. But it's definitely an outlet we should utilize. Definitely promote some positive publicity. Community partnerships. There are so many people that want to help and be involved in the schools. This would be a great way to get people to come in and help with these service groups. Also helps with funding through donations and grants. There's lots of money available out there. You just have to know where to go and how to tap into it. It reaches our target population through relationships and accountability to peers and adults. We definitely have some kids that have some needs, and this is another way to get an additional person that might not be their regular classroom teacher involved in them and their success and what's going on in their life. When you're not in an academic setting, they're most likely going to share what's going on with someone else and helps you build those relationships. It models for the district how to take those Wiley Way core values and put them into practice on a regular basis, not just the Wiley Way days. Those Wiley Way days are great, but they're definitely just springboards for what you could do with your campus, how you could really take it to the next level. So what this would look like. Once a week for 45 minutes, you would get together with your group. And I'm going to show you what that group looks like here in a minute. So there's more or less 4 weeks in a month. So on week 1, half of the campus, half 5th grade, half the 6th grade, would be doing Harrison Helps. The other half would be participating in family time. The next week they would switch. So the kids and families that were doing Harrison Helps, they're going to be having family time, and the other group is going to be having their Harrison Helps time. Then on weeks 3, you've got Harrison Helps, and then if you're not doing Harrison Helps that week, then you've got your work recovery or family reward time. And then on week 4, they would switch again. So family reward time and work recovery. So my family is definitely guilty of the hurry up, get out the hallway, 3rd block, let's go ahead and do some awards for our incentive program, and hurry up, get back in that class because I'm nowhere near done with my lesson for the day. So instead of having to rush through that and not really giving it its due diligence, we've built in some time into the schedule for you to do that. Also, God bless Mrs. Owl. Holy moly, that woman needs the cafeteria on work recovery days. Not okay. So we can definitely utilize this time better. So on that, once a month, you pull your kids that need to do some work recovery and you get them in there working with you, getting that work recovered for 45 minutes. If you've had a hard time getting them in for tutoring, if you've had a hard time pulling them from PE, or if you've had a hard time getting them during recess, whatever, that's an extra 45 minutes during your day once a week that you can grab a hold of those kids. You would only be able to pull them for work recovery during that 1 week, but it's definitely better than what you're working with right now. And then those kids that don't have any work that needs to be recovered, awesome. You can maybe go outside and play dodgeball. You could sidewalk chalk. There are all kinds of things, and we've got a whole list of ideas of things that you can do, and we're definitely going to be looking for other ideas for you guys to put into that list of exciting things for our kids to be rewarded with. So I'm going to kind of rotate my computer and rotate my iPad here. So what you're looking at here is our rotation groups. So right here, this section right here is your rotation 1 families. You've got your Golden Bucks and Victory Helm paired up together. Okay? Dragons of Atlantis and Avengers are paired up together. Black Pearl and Pride, you're on week 2 rotation with Rising Sun and Skulls of Knowledge. Black Pearls together with Pride, Rising Sun together with Skulls of Knowledge. So those are your people. And then Unger is going to be our PR person. She is going to kill it with PR. She'll be the one that makes sure that clubs information is getting out there, that what we're doing on our campus is getting promoted, and that we're really able to make some connections with the community about what we're doing here at Harrison. Really excited about that. There's a whole process for how we are going to set up these clubs and a whole way to get people involved and grouped together. So I don't want you really stressing out about that now, but more so just thinking about what's next. What can we do next? How can we take this to the next step? Start thinking about, what are you passionate about? What is it you enjoy doing outside of your career that you'd love to share with kids? So I hope that gave you a little bit of information. I know you probably have tons more questions, and the principals will answer those as much as they can right now, but definitely know there is lots more information coming, and I'm super excited to see where we'll take this. I know it's going to be the best move that we can make for our kids and for our staff members. So, all right, Buccaneers, see you in a week.